Kundalini awakening takes you to spiritual ascent. Kundalini awakening is freeing. It is freeing of concept, ideology, religion, any man-made concept of existence. How reality is. Every single belief system that you have ever had crumbles. Every limitation, every containment of the truth disappears. You are either spiritually awake or you're not. You're either going through an awakening or you're not. There is no in-between. The in-between period is not an awakened state. The in-between period is when you're in transition. The in-between period is not an awakened state. It is a state that may fully awaken or may not. As long as you want to hold on to what an awakening must look like, how it must pan out, what the signs are, what the symptoms are, as long as you're looking for all this, there is no transformation, there is no awakening, but simply an embalming that is saying to you, that's okay, where you are, you're right. You're looking for affirmation, confirmation, validation, approval. You're still looking for everything to protect your mind and its hold. You're self-empowering the mind, nothing else. When you're well and truly going through a Kundalini awakening, there is no container. There is no belief, there is no concept of religion, of spirituality. It's gone. Every single thing that you thought was what is the definitive guide towards spirituality, enlightenment, attaining self-realization, it goes. One must tread this path on their own, not looking for one crutch and then going to another crutch because one crutch stopped feeding you with that dopamine hit that you were getting. So you're simply looking for confirmation of where your mindset is at. When you truly want to get out of your comfort zone, you have to feel like you're being poked at, prodded at. When you can actually feel uncomfortable. And when do we feel uncomfortable? When our ego is about to die. When do we feel uncomfortable? When every belief system starts to shatter. So your Kundalini awakening, rising, is giving rise to you untainted. With the Kundalini awakening comes an aversion to conditioned existence. You cannot stand the shackles. You cannot stand the container. You cannot stand being contained. You want to explode. And that's where your creative potential comes in. Because Kundalini is pure desire. It's through Kundalini that everything that we see, we witness is there. The concept of duality ceases to exist. So if you're still in that mode of, this is good, this is bad, this is a good choice, that's a bad choice, then you're still being pulled back into Dvait. You're being pulled back into the opposites, the polarized opposites. So as long as your life and your thoughts, the way you're thinking is through the mind, Yeah? Because if we don't live in reference to each other and compare, and we become content and self-contained within ourselves and no longer require that. So you know what happens? Our ego dies. There's no personality left because there's no comparator. When there's no comparator and it's you're left on your own, that freedom. We don't want to taste that freedom, because what happens when you taste that? When you taste that freedom of truly being just as is, then there's no push and pull of I have to be right. This has got to be the way. And that's what a Kundalini awakening rising does. And Kundalini rising is sweeping the globe. At the moment, it's everywhere. But a lot of us, our struggles lay in the wanting to hold on to the comfort of being what we think we are. 2, the difficulty comes in. When you take a seed and you want to plant it in something else, you're transplanting. That transplantation, the transition from one to the other, where you are in limbo and you can't swim, you don't know how to swim. Again, it is wanting to control the transition because we don't want to free fall. When you're truly in the thick of a Kundalini awakening, you're truly going through it, there is no belief. There is no belief. You will be moved. You will melt when there is another being. And that compassion, that love, everything is there. You're feeling it. You're moved with this kind of phenomena. This thing that is life itself, the force itself. Then you won't feel that this is Shakti, this is Shiva, this is Nanak, this is Allah, this is Yesu. No, it's gone, finished, end of. Kundalini is everywhere. The most fundamental about a Kundalini awakening is an aversion to conditioned existence, an aversion to being contained, an aversion to contain. Remember, it is not just that you don't want to be contained, but you also don't want to contain. Very, very fundamental. As always, folks, sending you a lot of love. And remember, you rub your hands if you feel like. If not, you place your hands as if you are receiving something. Feel what is happening here. You'll feel it. And one quick way of feeling whether there is a breeze up there or not is cover your head. And then uncover your head. You will feel the difference, but you'll feel it more at some place, and that place is in the fontanelle. That is the place which is the softest place, that is the last one to get together when a baby is born. Lots and lots of love. Till we see each other soon.